America under socialism. Jack Hansen was an ordinary guy. He was a steward in his union, a good family man, and an average citizen. One day, as he left the plant with his friend Bob Ralston, a political rally caught his attention. "What's that he said about the worker?" "The worker has every right to security, and our party aims to see that he gets it. He can't be discarded like a broken machine." "That fellow really knows what he's talking about, Bob. What a speech." "That's my brother. Come around back and I'll introduce you." In a short time, our future is tied up with the working man, and we need men like you with us to represent labor. "I really don't know much about politics, but if I can help my fellow worker, I'd like to learn." In the days that followed, Jack Hansen saw Ralston often. He even did some campaigning in local elections and discovered he had a flair for politics. Jack rose steadily in the party until, one day, "You've been hearing a lot about security being our main road to power, but do you know what we really mean by it?" "I guess so. The laborer will be taken care of when he's old and sick." "You're a million miles short of the mark, Jack. What we're working for is total security, for everything and everybody. For instance, we plan to nationalize medicine. Free medical service will be available to all citizens, whether they need false teeth, new glasses, or sleeping pills. Besides that, we'll nationalize utilities, steel, railroads, and eventually every industry. The state can run it for the benefit of the people, not the capitalists. We must have complete control over our nation's economy. That's the only way we can run things the way we want to. We don't have to worry about the farmer. We're giving them so much that they are forced to support us. We are already guaranteeing them good prices on some items. Later, we'll extend our program to include all farm commodities. With a well-regulated market, the farmer will have no choice but to go along with the party in order to survive." The reason I've told you all this, Jack, is because we are moving into the most critical campaign in party history. If we could just keep our majority in this election, no one will ever get us out. And when we get in, you and lots of others who are working for the state will be taken care of. Remember that. The security platform swept the country on election day. Jack Hansen was not forgotten when the spoils were divided. After the big day, thousands of bureaucrats moved to the capital, and among them was Jack Hansen. "And here's your inner office, Jack. You're going to be an important man in our setup." "I hope I deserve it. Right now, I want to get down to how we're going to deliver that security we promise the people." "We already have that figured out. We're putting in a new tax program. Big business and the rich will provide the money to finance it." "But what am I supposed to be doing here? What's my job?" "Frankly, I don't know yet. But just stay for a while. I'll figure out something. Meantime, just be comfortable." The new tax program. Industrial taxes near 100%. Industries forced to close. As our new tax program forces industry to close up, we take over control. It's foolproof. Things went smoothly for a while as they gradually began to take over industry. Hansen was given a number of small jobs in the labor department. And then one day, "Jack, we're having a little trouble in one of our steel mills. Would you like to come with me and look it over?" "I sure would." "Nothing serious, but with the government going into so many new businesses, we have flare-ups." "Sure, I get it. Growing pains." "Strike. No raise. No work. The government can pay more." "They won't go back to work for anything less than $1 an hour increase." "It's unheard of." "And they won't leave the plant either." Later, "I'll fix those rats. Just wait and see. But George, they have you over a barrel. They do have the upper hand right now. Not only that, but if I raise their pay, I'll have to go right down the line in the whole industry. I'll do it though. But just wait. My turn is coming, and I'll make them pay for this. And you can quote me that the secret in our party's success in labor relations is this. Give the worker what he deserves. He knows his needs and what he's entitled to. You are entitled to the raise you demand, and I promise it will be in your next pay envelope. Hooray! On the way home, labor is really a minor problem anyway. It's the farm program that bothers the party more than anything right now. How is that? I thought farmers were more prosperous than ever before. Too prosperous. Every time we cut acreage, the farmers figure out some way to increase the yield on smaller fields. It's ridiculous. In order to keep prices up, we have to buy what they produce and pay for what they don't produce too. Nobody wins but the farmers. Oh well, that won't last long. You can't stop now. You promised. Oh, hang the promises. We're in the saddle now. Things are different. But speaking of promises, we really kept the letter of our promise on socialized medicine. I wonder about that. Doctors are still mad about it, and medical service is poorer than ever. Yes, but you don't hear too many complaints from the workers, do you? No, they keep thinking the service will get better. That's just the point. They still think we're the party that's going to give them something for nothing. They'll vote for us again. And don't forget, we have more votes than the Medical Association. The trouble with you, Hanson, is you're too soft-hearted. Someone always has to get hurt in politics. And why should you worry who it is? And so Hanson has his first doubt. Getting hurt has nothing to do with it. It's lying and beating around the bush that worries me. Why won't the party tell the truth if it really knows where it's going? But one doubt is easily pushed aside, and Jack soon got into the swing of things again. The party stayed in power, and private enterprise faded swiftly. Government spending soared, but taxes could go no higher. Finally, I haven't seen much of you lately, George. Frankly, Hanson, there's a lot on my mind. I don't mind admitting we're in serious trouble. Production is down, and the cost of government is too high. Deficit spending can't keep on forever. We can't keep spending money unless we get more money. That means more production again. A vicious circle. But I haven't heard anything of this. I've kept it pretty quiet, but I'm afraid the lid will blow off pretty soon, Hanson. If it ever does, it'll be messy. But we can't get more taxes. There isn't much left to tax. We see two answers: controls and a heavy tax program on everyone. There will be sales and excise taxes on necessities as well as luxuries. The people won't stand for it. Oh, hang the people. They got us into this mess by refusing to keep up production. They'll have to take the consequences too. How can he blame it on the people? They're the same as they've always been. The only thing that's changed is us. And then one day, and so it is my sad duty, in addition to our new tax program, to ask Congress to apply temporary controls to food wages, hours, and housing. Oh no, what is happening? It can't end like this. But it wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. Yes, sir, Mr. Hanson. Here's your ration card. Good for 6 months. But I tell you, I'm entitled to meat. Here's my ration card. Sure you are, but you can't buy it here. We haven't any to sell. But if you want to go 3 doors down the street, I happen to know a fellow who will sell his friends a little, for a price. Black market. This must be the place. To think we'd end up with black markets again.
Yeah, I got lots of meat. Come in the back room.
George! Hanson. Hello. But George, what's the answer? Even you are buying on the black market. We know the answer, and we're going to use it. We're going to get tough with these racketeers. The Times. Control police set up. Strict penalty for black market established. Control police. This is going too far. George, what's going on here? Can't you see I'm busy? But come in anyway. I want you to meet someone. Hanson, this is Harry Hibbs. He is the uniform boss of the new Control Police. What? Uniform boss? Yes, old man. I am the real head, though Hibbs takes his orders from me. Now, sit down while I finish briefing Hibbs about his work. Yes? Now, don't forget, you pick up Senator Binder immediately and hold him till I can figure out a charge. No one is going to get in our way, and that goes for senators too. But that man, that uniform, how'd you do it so fast? It only seems fast. We've known for a long time it would come to this. We've been prepared. But the newspapers haven't said a word about it. Of course not. We controlled them a long time ago. Every time one criticized us, we put it out of business. The public is in the dark about a lot of things. I don't know how you're taking all this, but just in case you get any ideas, remember, nobody is going to get in our way. Nobody, Jack. What a fool I've been. For security. But Hanson was not the only one who was waking up. All over the country, people realized they had sold themselves out for a thing called security. The new police control had been more than they had bargained for, and riots threatened to become a revolution. As for Hanson, and I am frank to admit that I have also been fooled. The socialists have taken over our party under the banner of security without our realizing it. We must use our ballots at the next election and rid ourselves of this monster that clutches our lives. Ralston wants to see you right now. I've expected this, but I'm ready. You woke up too late, as did all the rest who worked for socialism without knowing it. But since you know now, we'll have to get rid of you. You can kill me, but you just wait until the next election. Why, you don't make sense, Hanson. There never will be another election. We are the government. But before you die, you should know you're dying for our socialist state. But under socialism, the people are the state. No, Hanson. That's what we say. But the truth is, the state is everything. The sentence is life imprisonment. Take him away at once. You must decide. America Under Socialism is published for one purpose, to give you a picture of what America might be like under socialism. The fall of the Roman Empire is traced to socialism. Greece fell under the burden of socialism. History tells of many civilizations which rose to the height with democratic governments, only to collapse when socialism took the helm. Today, under the controls of a socialist form of government, the British Empire is struggling for its very existence. Now, you must decide. You must decide whether you wish security at the price of personal liberty. You must decide whether you want to work the rest of your life to give something for nothing to those who would live off your labor. Today, with few socialist ideas in effect, it is estimated that you are giving away 1 out of every 3 days' salary. Under full socialism, your personal taxes would be many times greater. Our greatest menace in this country today is not communism. It is socialism by degrees, creeping socialism. Communism cannot succeed unless we first adopt socialism. Just think of this. Never in the history of the world has any country started down the road to socialism and then recognized its danger in time to regain its democracy. America still has its chance. You must decide.